Sri Lanka is also the first pilot country for implementation of UNESCAP's 5-year regional action plan on space application for disaster risk reduction and sustainable development. And I just would also like to thank the Minister for his foresight in coming up and becoming a pilot country. And much of this work that we have done is as part of that 5-year action plan.
I said that we got selected as a pilot country for space technology applications on drought monitoring, that is on the regional drought monitoring mechanism of the UNESCAP. But at the same time, as my distinguished colleague Dr. Siriman happened to mention during her speech, we also got selected as the first pilot country in the Asia Pacific region for implementation of a much broader collaboration mechanism on space technology applications initiated by the UNESCAP. That was a 5-year action plan. And I must kindly mention that the proposals for both these pilot country status were submitted by none other than the Honorable Minister of Technology and Research, Honorable Partali Champika Rannaweka.
I deem it an honor and privilege to be here this morning addressing you on the occasion of inauguration of this important regional forum on space technology application for drought monitoring and early warning. The far-reaching implication of drought as a silent and creeping disaster on water security, food security, and the lives and livelihoods of people in many parts of the world are too well known. Drought conditions occurring due to regular climate oscillations, including El Nino and La Nina, and their frequency and severity have been known and experienced by people around the world for a long time. However, increasing frequency of the incidence of droughts and the increasing severity of droughts, which are currently being scientifically and empirically established by climate change studies, might not yet be widely appreciated. The International Panel on Climate Change, IPCC, in its 5th assessment report, which was published last year, considering new evidence of climate change based on many independent scientific analyses, has shown that the contrast in precipitation between wet and dry regions, as well as that between wet and dry season, will increase, although there may be regional exceptions. Obviously, this indicates higher incidence and higher severity of drought. This context of climate change obviously calls for more comprehensive and integrated mechanism for monitoring and early warning of drought as part of strategy to build resilience of people and countries against drought disasters. This year may witness the beginning of another El Nino period affecting Sri Lanka by more than 50% probability, possibly with serious implication for agriculture, one of the most important sectors for the country. We have great hope that UNESCAP's regional drought mechanism will help Sri Lanka address this issue by expanding our options for monitoring and responding to agricultural drought. In the meantime, effectively harnessing the potential of space technology application towards this end. The central theme of this forum, as well as the regional cooperative mechanism that it represents, is all about the use of space technology for drought monitoring and early warning system. The proposition is clear. We are at the risk of drought disaster, whose frequency of incidence as well as severity is on the increase as a response by the nature to the vast degradation of environment, and has been happening mainly due to the burning of fossil fuels and depletion of biosphere. And we resort to science and technology, in this instance space technology, for solutions. This certainly does not amount to subscribe into one of the popular but dangerous misconceptions upon which the solution approach perceived by certain quarters in handling the risk of impending catastrophic environmental disasters is based. This perception can be simply summarized as, come what may, technology will have solutions. Obviously, while on the one hand we cannot subscribe to this misconception with irrational optimistic reliance on science and technology alone for solution, and delaying any of the actions needed for protection of the environment. On the other hand, it does not preclude us from making optimum use of technology in devising our solution. It is in this context that this initiative by the UNESCAP to build the capacity of the countries in the Asia Pacific region in the use of space technology applications for drought monitoring and early warning becomes a timely and far-sighted initiative. I am particularly happy that this particular initiative on application of space technology to address a real development problem on the ground, namely drought, happened at a time when we here in Sri Lanka have embarked on a well-focused and cohesive national process to make some strategic interventions through some selected advanced technologies on several carefully identified trust areas which are vital for overall socio-economic development of the country. The national initiative is being made by the Ministry of Technology and Research. And space technology indeed is one of those strategic technologies. There are several important initiatives pertaining to development of space technologies and their applications that have been planned to be implemented during the next few years, with some of the activities already in progress. One such important initiative that would mark an important milestone in the development space technology capabilities of Sri Lanka is the design, development and launch of a small Earth observation satellite. The project proposal developed by the Arthur C. Clarke Institute for Modern Technology for this purpose has already been submitted to the government, and the project activities would commence as soon as the fund allocations are finalized. I think that this August gathering here comprising space technology experts from member countries, including the regional service nodes China and India, and representatives from other regional and international organizations, represent quite a significant fraction of space technology expertise and experience in the region. And therefore, I am sure that the deliberation over the next 2 days would certainly produce important outcomes on possible future directions and strategies for moving forward with this highly important regional initiative. I wish all success to this forum. To our distinguished colleagues from abroad, I wish you all a pleasant stay here in Sri Lanka and hope you would find little time to enjoy the beach and the breeze outside the hotel and take some pleasant memories home. I wish to congratulate UNESCAP and the Arthur C. Clarke Institute for organizing this forum.